and Windows users can never shade us with that whole 8 gig RAM BS. Of everything Apple announced the couple past few days, I would never have seen them keeping the M2 and M3 MacBook Airs at the same price and then making the standard memory 16 gigs. Mind blowing. You know, if you're about to buy the Apple M3 Pro MacBook Pro, whether 14 or 16-inch model, stop, don't do it. I'm literally here to save you. On day one, Apple announced the iMac with Apple M4 chip, which takes the power of Apple intelligence to the next level. The iMac maintains the same design language of the M1 iMac, and it comes in all these colors you can see. The neural engine on the iMac is also up to 3 times faster than that of the iMac with Apple M1. So if you have an iMac with Apple M1 and you're an iMac person, this is the time for you. Also new on the iMac with Apple M4 is a new nano coating anti-reflectivity coating on the display to reduce distractions and reflections. It also comes with a new 12 megapixel center stage camera. That's what Apple calls it, that supports desk view, and it also improves the overall video quality. Yeah, you know, 12 MP is a bump from what it was before. On day 2, Apple did something mini with the Mac Mini. They shrunk the size to unprecedented levels and also increased the performance to mind-blowing levels. I hate using the kind of grammar John Ternus uses. Maybe I'll be an Apple CEO soon enough. The new Mac Mini is just 5 by 5 inches, which is mind-blowingly small and so mini. Like, it literally looks barely larger than an Apple TV. So you can imagine an Apple TV as small as it is with unprecedented M4 and M4 Pro performance. Apple introduced the M4 Pro chipset, which is the star of the whole show today and the whole show all week for Apple events. The Mac Mini also has 2 USB-C ports in front now, although the power button is still at the bottom, but that's not an issue because people barely need to restart their Macs thanks to Apple Silicon. Now about the M4 Pro, it has a new 14-core CPU layout with 10 performance core and 4 efficiency cores, which raises the multi-core or multi-threaded performance when you compare it to the M3 Pro to great heights. It also has a 20-core GPU, which is twice as powerful as the 10-core GPU on the standard M4, which is already powerful enough for most users. So you can imagine twice that power and efficiency. But wait, it gets better even here. The M4 Pro now got a 75% increase in memory bandwidth over the Apple M3 Pro. Can you believe that the M1 Pro MacBook Pro and the M2 Pro MacBook Pro both had 200 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth LPDDR5, but then for some reason the M3 Pro had 150 gigabytes of memory bandwidth. That was just like a downgrade if you are someone that does a whole lot of tasks that utilize that memory bandwidth. And that's why I tell you, my friends, do not get the M3 Pro MacBook Pro, even if it's going to get cheaper now. If you buy it used and all that, I'd advise you even get an M2 Pro MacBook Pro or an M1 Pro MacBook Pro if you don't have the money for an M4 Pro MacBook Pro. Otherwise, go for the M4 Pro Mac Mini or MacBook Pro, whichever you feel like getting. It has a memory bandwidth of 273 gigabytes per second. That's from 150. And from 200 from M1 Pro and M2 Pro. The M4 Pro chipset also introduced Thunderbolt 5 on Macs, which supports transfer speeds of up to 120 gigabits per second, which is mind-blowing increase from what Thunderbolt 4 is capable of. The best part about the Mac Mini to me is the price. It starts at $599 for 16 gig RAM, unlike before I used to be 8 gig RAM. So now there is a huge boost and a huge win for every single Mac lover and Mac fan around the world. And Windows users can never shade us with that whole 8 gig RAM BS, because sooner or later 16 gig RAM is going to be the standard across every single base Mac. So you would never see a Mac performing slowly. On day 3, Apple introduced the new 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros. The standard 14-inch MacBook Pro now comes in silver and space black. Yeah, space black is no longer reserved for the Pro. The standard Pro gets it. That's the $1,599 version. And that one too starts at 16 gig RAM for that price. So if you bought the M3 Pro $1,599 version with 8 gig RAM, oops, my bad. The M4 Pro MacBook Pro also got released. That's either in 14 or 16 inch. and that came with every single feature I talked about with the iMac that has M4 Pro. Finally, we had the M4 Max with up to 500 and something gigabytes per second memory bandwidth, half a terabyte. That is crazy. And it's slightly more than 512, so it's even leaning towards a terabyte than in the middle. It has a 16-core CPU, which is unchanged from how it always was. And it has a 40-core GPU, which is twice as powerful as what we have on the M4 Pro, and 4 times as powerful as what we have on the regular M4. Now, every single MacBook Pro now supports a nano texture coating on the display to also reduce reflections, and 1000 nits of SDR brightness, so your screen is always going to be bright. Yeah, and it has auto brightness, so it knows when to reduce itself without worrying about it blinding you in the near future. It can go all the way to, I think, 1 or 10 nits. HDR is still 1600 nits, so that's already bright enough. You can't really tell me you're looking for 2000 nits on a Mac. Come on.